Guys, the day has finally come. Today we are finally doing a cookie taste test. This is what dreams are made of. Hello everyone, I'm here today to share with you guys a video that I have been waiting for. I've been waiting all my time on YouTube for this moment. Today we are doing the ultimate taste test. Today we are going to be testing Tasty versus Rachel. And in case you guys don't know this, I make cookies pretty much every night. Every single night. And not just any cookies, not the box cookies. I make cookies. I mean, I freeze them. I don't like actually physically make cookies every night. That would be insane. But chocolate chip cookies are basically my favorite dessert ever. So I thought it'd be a really fun video to taste the Tasty recipe for cookies versus my recipe for cookies and just see which one is better. See if I can pick up some tips and tricks for making my cookies even better, if such thing existed, because my cookies are delicious. The Tasty recipe is for their best ultimate chocolate chip cookies, and then I have my chocolate chip cookie recipe. They're very similar, but there are little things that are different in terms of amounts or salted versus unsalted butter and the types of chocolate chips, just things like that that will make them a little bit different. So I wanted to test and see if those different methods and things actually make a big difference in how the cookies turn out. But I am very excited about this video, so give it a big thumbs up if you enjoy it and you want to see more of these Rachel versus Tasty type of videos. And if you have any suggestions for, I don't know, recipes or anything you want me to test out, leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Saturday and every other Tuesday. And without further ado, let's get into this. And today we're going to start out with the Tasty recipe, mostly because it is the first thing on my screen. And I want to follow this exactly. I have my little scale here, so I have all the measurements correct. Oh, this is the best, guys. I'm so excited. I know it's like 10 o'clock in the morning and I'm making cookies, but I don't care. So first things first, I need to whisk together all of the sugars, the salt, and the butter until a paste has formed with no lumps. And they did all of this by hand. They didn't use like a stand mixer, which is what I would normally do. So I'm going to do that, but I'm gonna be tired because I am out of shape. Measuring out 100 grams of sugar. Oh no, too much. Now 165 grams of brown sugar, or 3/4 cup. I need a spoon for this. By the way, you like the Christmas pants? 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So far this is fairly similar to my own recipe, but I don't mix in the salt with the sugars. And I also, just the ratios of sugars is a little bit different for mine. So a teaspoon of salt, and then 1/2 cup or 115 grams of unsalted butter melted. Here we go, everybody. We got, oh, that's 1/2 cup. There we go. Into the microwave go, little guy. All right, I have butter soup here. We're just gonna pour that in. Now they want me to whisk this together until it forms like a paste. Unsurprisingly, this is quite easy. All right, there we go. Paste. Now we need 1 egg. Put that in, as well as 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now they want me to whisk this until light ribbons fall away from the whisk. This is my workout for like the month. Based on the BUZZFEED video, this is kind of what they were talking about, I think. So it's kind of like ribbony at the bottom. Now for the flour, they want me to sift everything. So I have my little sifter over the bowl and I've measured out 155 grams of flour. So now I'm going to put that into the little sifter. And they also want me to put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. We're just gonna sift this in. Now to actually mix it, they want me to use a spatula just to make sure that I don't overmix it, which I get because overmixed cookies, they're disgusting. So this is what my dough looks like, which looks really, really good so far. And then for the chocolate, they actually mixed up 2 different ones. They used semi-sweet chocolate as well as like dark chocolate chunks. So I got these little dark chocolate chunks. So I'm going to like break these up. 110 grams of chocolate chips. Oh, too many. Guess I'll have to eat them. Get all this chocolate into the bowl. Get that chocolate. And then we're again going to mix it very carefully. Spatula. Spatula. You were just... Oh. Wow. Oh, that was a moment that happened where I was looking for a spatula, was in my bowl. This is why I don't do the cooking. This is what it looks like. And now we're gonna go in and we're just going to, oh, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. But I'm just going to incorporate all the chocolate in. Honestly, I feel like a 3-year-old trying to stir when I don't have 2 hands. Okay, so I have my dough right here. I'm going to cover this in some plastic wrap and then I'm going to stick it in the fridge to chill, because if you didn't know, chilled dough for cookies makes it just so much better. Highly recommend it if you can wait. I know, it's cookies, you don't want to wait, but you should. I'm telling you, it's worth it. All right, now I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then we're gonna go on to the real cookie recipe. My cookie recipe. You don't make cookies every single night if they aren't good. Okay, so for this recipe, I'm gonna be honest, I eyeball a lot of it, which I know isn't good. You should always measure your ingredients fully. So I did measure out in terms of grams, like how much it is, because I wanna make sure that I'm following the recipe that I still use. But then I also wanna take into account the changes that my mother-in-law makes to the recipe as well, because she's been making this for years. I don't even know where she got it. Maybe it was her great-grandmother, Nestlé Toulouse. So the recipe starts out fairly similarly. We have brown sugar, we have white sugar, we have butter, all the makings of a great cookie recipe. Just my ratios are a little bit different. So for the brown sugar, it's half a cup of brown sugar to a quarter cup of white sugar, but my mother-in-law always adds a lot more brown sugar. She just kind of like makes it, instead of like flat and packed down, she makes it like rounded on top of the measuring cup. Okay, that is more like a half a cup of brown sugar to my mother-in-law, for cookies anyway, which measures out to 128 grams, not 99, which is what the recipe calls for. Gonna put this into my stand mixer. Then we have 45 grams of white sugar, which, in case anyone is wondering, stays the same for my mother-in-law. For butter, I use salted butter because I'm using less salt later, and I just like to cut it up, softened at room temperature, and cut it up and measure it that way. And then it's just easier when you're trying to mix it all together in the stand mixer. It doesn't like just form one big ball that doesn't break up. Okay, now from here, I'm going to also add in 1 egg and some vanilla. Now for all the dry ingredients of the flour, baking soda, and the salt, I like to combine them and then add them in batches into the stand mixer. So 1 cup of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda. Where's my teaspoon? Okay, now we're going to sift it all. Sift, 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 to the stand mixer. Little batches of flour at a time. Kind of incorporate it. This part I actually do by hand. Sometimes I will mix them in with the stand mixer if I'm feeling really, really lazy, but I am gonna try here to kind of just mix them in properly. All right, now my batter is good to go, and I am also going to stick it in the fridge. I will usually either stick it in the fridge or I will just go ahead and freeze it. It's so much better, guys. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we're gonna bake up some cookies. All right, we're back. Both of the doughs have chilled properly, and I'm gonna put them on this baking sheet here, but I will have them separated out so I know which side is which, even though one has chunks of chocolate in it. When I was going on the Tasty website, they were saying that I should be using an ice cream scoop. This seems excessive. Like that seems like a gigantic cookie. All right, Tasty, whatever you say. All right, so here we have the cookies. I have 3 and 3. So here we have the Tasty recipe, and over here are mine. Just a note, something that I realized when I was scooping them out, the Tasty ones were a lot easier to scoop. They weren't as sticky as mine were. So you guys can see this is my first batch, and I found them to be very flat. I think it's just my oven. So I cook my cookies at 325, and so this was just higher, and so the edges crisped up a lot faster and the inside was still raw. So I did a second batch at 325. So I finally have the cookies. I'm excited. I finally get to test them out. So I have my cookie right here, and this giant one is the Tasty one, which is a little bit flatter, probably more of a chewy texture, I'm assuming. And it looks like it's like marbled with chocolate, which looks delicious. So obviously now, I guess I'll take one for the team and I will test them both. You're welcome. Tastes like a cookie. So far, so good. Because the dark chocolate, because when I was like chopping it up or whatever, it sort of marbled and worked its way into the rest of the batter. It's like every bite has a bit of the dark chocolate in it, and it almost gives it more of like a richer, like chocolatey flavor. And then my cookie right here, I don't know why I'm bothering taste testing this because I already know what it tastes like. See, to me, this tastes more like a cookie. The Tasty one is good. It's a little bit more chewy, and it has that richness of the dark chocolate, so it just tastes different. This one feels a little bit lighter, a little bit fluffier, I guess. This one wins in my personal opinion. Christopher, can you try it? Can you see those bite marks? Look at that. Is that like Jaws or something? So he says that the Tasty one just tastes like very much like chocolate. Like it tastes very chocolatey, and mine tastes more like a cookie. I personally think mine is better. I don't know, I could be biased in this particular scenario because I make these so often and I kind of have an idea of what I like cookies to be. But like if you guys try out any of these recipes or both of these recipes, can you like tag me? Just like hashtag Rachel versus Tasty or something like that, or just tag me on Instagram or Twitter or something. I want to know which one you guys like best. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see more of these Rachel versus Tasty kind of videos, and let me know what type of meal or snack or dessert or anything you guys want me to test next. And that's everything. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah!